It was a little bit scrappy at times. But the old gunslinger kept his cool. John Norman Jr. enjoyed that. You get that feeling, don't you? Raising the hand of a three-time world champion. Canada through to round two. It's a family affair, isn't it? USA 5-1 over Italy. Confirmation of that Canada scoreline. Next, Austria-China. Later on, we've got South Africa with Devon Peterson. The Brazilian boys here. Northern Ireland, England, Gibraltar, and the Netherlands against the Czech Republic. And Canada will take on the winner of our next match, Austria against China. Wayne Mark, just your quick thoughts on that?
Well, I've got a feeling that Austria will beat China, and Canada will have to play better if they're going to come through that section. It wasn't a good performance, but a win's a win. They're still in the draw. Scotland aren't.
Austria, a tough team as well, aren't they?
They are, yeah. Rowby-John Rodriguez and Mensur will be tough to beat. They're two good players, and even though Rowby-John's young, he's still gaining experience. He's been around for quite a few years, a bit like Max Up, really.
Let's hand over to our MC, John McDonnell.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on Sky Sports from Frankfurt, Germany, with the first round action of the Betway World Cup of Darts. Time to meet the players, and now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Austria and China.
The gentle and little John. Mensur Suljovic always looks so happy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves playing the game, and we know how much he fights, but we also, I think, sometimes underestimate just how good he is. He's got a lot of talent, Mensur, because he's so unorthodox, that kind of gets looked over.
Rowby-John, his strength?
He's very much a flair player. Once that 60 goes in first dart, he builds in confidence, and he's got a real nice cocky side to him, and he's capable. They're a good pairing, they really are, and I think they should be too good for China, who are relatively inexperienced, and historically they struggle in this tournament. They've only won one round since 2010, so they've struggled.
The rods are in commentary. Rod Harrington, Rod Stud, evening chaps.
Thanks, Dave. Yes. Austria, who a lot of people gave an outside chance to in the betting. There were 40 to 1 at the start of play. And they have half a chance. Winners to play Canada. And very firm favourites, 9 to 1 on to beat China in this first round game. Mind you, there was a few punters' fingers burnt last night when Scotland got beat at 1 to 25. And as you were mentioning earlier, and as Dave was mentioning, Bob Anderson coaching. There he is, the Limestone Cowboy. Marvellous wander down memory lane, Rodney, to 1988 when he was the world champion.
Yes, an extremely, well, a great player in his day, and a great ambassador as well. There isn't much that he didn't win. Won 3 World Masters on the trot, which, although he won that World Championship, the 3 World Masters at the time was the biggest achievement, I think, in my opinion, for Bob. To win that 3 years on the trot was incredible.
Well, no, impossible, in fact, wasn't it? I mean, it was unheard of.
Yes, I had a little chat with him this evening. He said to me, "You've got a bit of grey on top." I said, "At least I've got some grey on top." He's going a bit thin, is Robert.
55.
But you go back to the Austrians, yes, I said that these could be dangerous. You've got the young man, Rowby-John Rodriguez, who's really making some inroads into the professional tour. One of the bright young talents coming out of Europe. And Mensur Suljovic, well, we all said that he might not kick that form up, but he certainly has. And make no mistake that his slow play has nothing to do with how good he is. He's good because he's absolutely a brilliant dart player.
60.
That was Weihong Li. Playing in the World Cup for the first time. Both the players came through qualifiers, but Yuanjun was here last year, played here last year. As they got through to the second round, he lost to Phil Taylor in the singles. Taylor over in Singapore as well, in the Singapore Masters. So Lee replacing Wenger Shia. Do you remember him from last year, that brilliant game against Adrian Lewis? There were some right old fun and games in that match. Anyway, 65 here for Rowby-John.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hit the bullseye. Well, it's 14 for double top.
45.
Well, a chance here for China.
China require 117.
117. Got to go for the treble 20 with this first start. Now he'll switch to the treble 19. Leaves Mensur Suljovic to come back now. Normally his favourite is double 14, unusual for a professional dart player. But this guy does not miss doubles very often. And that's well, he was walking, he was halfway to the board. And what a guide that is. And that's why just clipped the first dart. And a nice little glance into the double 10.
Yes, Mensur now ranked number 7 in the world. 35 spots ahead of his playing partner, former world youth runner-up, Rowby-John.
Generally, the funny thing is that he grips the dart like he does, which is very unusual for a dart player, because he used to have dartitis. And holding it in his fingertips, he just kept being jittery. And then he puts it in the whole of his hand, literally. I think he was holding a cricket ball, I think. And although the rhythm is not brilliant, it certainly works.
Yeah, Rowby-John's younger brother, Rusty Jake, won a tournament on the PDC's development tour, didn't he, Rod, just a couple of weeks ago?
And there's another one younger than those who is a very good dart player as well.
And they're all RJRs, aren't they? Quite quirky and quite quaint. Yes, you mentioned the grip of Suljovic, Rod. It always looks like he's trying to take some fingerprints, doesn't he? He's a member of CID or something. But he's become a very, very good darts player.
Yes, he doesn't miss many chances. If you let him off, you're not going to go back to the dartboard.
43.
And he's had a lot of games where he's over the 100 average, so he's got the scoring power as well. And we mentioned earlier, that's why the Austrians could be very dangerous if this young man gets on his game. And like you say, they've got Canada next, which they would be firm favourites to win that one.
Without a doubt. Are we going to go for the lot to leave double 6?
136. Austria require 100.
Well, even the 2 treble visit has put some pressure on the gentle. Yes, double 18. Always makes you wonder, doesn't it? They know what they're going for, they hit the prescribed target and then wonder what they should go for next. That's what you want to go for next, Mensur. He loves it, doesn't he? He loves this game. The entertaining and idiosyncratic Austrian. Yes, Mensur. 2-0 to the Austrians.
Well, there it is. The way I mean, he literally, his whole hand is round that dart. So on release, he's not just got to get a couple of fingertips out of the way, he's got to get the whole hand, which makes it even more harder. But with Mensur, normally, you know, a guy that comes on the circuit, plays 2 years and goes up the rankings, it's that third and fourth year is when you find out if they've got it. Certainly Mensur has not let up, he's carried on. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with for a good few years.
Yeah, they played together now. Well, this is the fourth year they played together, RJR and Mensur. It's quite interesting, actually, but both the Austrian players, when they've had their turn at the board, are pottering over to the table there to almost find something to do to occupy their mind. They're doing a bit of Sudoku over there or something, but they certainly not want to be waiting in a queue, are they? You know, they're trying to find a way of passing the time.
Well, this is the biggest thing about pairs, and this is where the Scottish pair went wrong, especially Gary Anderson. He's not used to waiting that long, and because he's such a rhythm and a quick player, he just wants to get the hockey, and he was getting a bit anxious, I think. You've got to go to a little place, as they say. Well, Rowby's had walked a couple of yards, and he didn't want to. The reason he's moved so far over, he didn't want to bring into the game those flights. And normally you see those flying double top, to be quite honest, but it was up high enough to leave Mensur Suljovic double top for a 3-0 lead.
Better in double top than treble 20, Rod, that's for sure, as Mensur looking for the aforementioned double. Now looking for double 10. Rowby-John will be looking for double 5 when he comes back, and it's if he comes back too. Because Liu here will not be taking that out.
But he's going to put a bit of pressure on, and his double 5, like we've mentioned about the double 9, is not the easiest double to hit.
68.
Now Rowby,
Austria required 10.
You either split it with the first or just above. Oh no, that's pretty good guide. And that's why. Aimed at the top wire with that first one, and rather have a little bit of an over pitch to set it up absolutely perfect.
Well, all going to the script from the two gentlemen from Vienna.
100.
Oh, Vienna. 23 now, Rowby-John. But he's got a lot of experience for a 23-year-old. We mentioned the World Youth Championship runner-up. And this man has got oodles of experience too, as he smashes in the first maximum of the match. Magical from Mensur.
When Rowby first come on the circuit, he played Robert Thornton over in Austria in one of the European events, and after every throw he was dancing around the stage, and you know, the right people had a little word in his ear, and since then he's really calmed down and concentrated more on the darts, and it's certainly coming out of him. It's going to be interesting to what Bob Anderson will see in this game for China, and where he's going to go from it, you know, and move on. Is he going to go out there and start up training schools and do the coaching that way?
Well, a fifth ton 40 for the Austrians, and that puts them within 3 darts of a 4-leg lead. As you mentioned earlier on, they'll be firm favourites to defeat Canada.
Require 124.
Well, that is okay because it leaves tops. So Mensur will have 3 at that. It's fair to say they've not been put under any pressure or push, but it's still been one of the best performances of the first round from the Austrians. They're averaging 92. Well, this is what happened in the last leg. In the last leg, Rowby-John hit double five. This time, Mensur gets the job done.
Fifth leg, Austria to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, it's been a very solid performance from the Austrians. Been leading in every leg. They haven't been pushed at all. And this man
85.
has played a good captain's role. He's gone off with a good score on every visit.
South Africa versus Sweden to follow this match, then Brazil, the boys from Brazil versus Switzerland, Northern Ireland against Germany, England, Gibraltar, and the Netherlands against the Czech Republic. Michael van Gerwen, who had that scare with a foot problem, declared fit to play and accompany RBB for the tournament favourites.
81.
Well, of course, once this first round's concluded, we go over to singles matches, which then plays into the hands of the more experienced tour players. Perhaps some people would like to see it stay at pairs, Rodders.
44.
Interesting conversation.
The single leaves the double,
100.
which would have been for the whitewash win for the men in black and white. But the younger Austrian, RJR,
30.
back here for
Austria
double 10
required 20.
to wrap up a 5-0 win on the smoothest of passages. To round two, Mensur Suljovic and Rowby-John Rodriguez putting on an excellent display here in Frankfurt. To coast through to round two, a whitewash win over the Chinese to set up the second round meeting with Canada. 5-0 Austria.
Taking over your soul.